Hi, this is a 1982 Ferrari 400i GT with 5-speed manual transmission. It's red with a bone interior. It's been in my possession for about 5 years. About 8 years ago, this car was repainted with the good paint that had all the bad stuff you can't have in California anymore. It's been waxed and cared for throughout its entire life that it's had with me. There isn't any rust or anything around the car. There are usual cracks where they're typical. There are a little bit of cracks right here and right here, which is pretty normal for this car, as well as up here. As you go back to the car, everything's really well maintained. As you can see, the car is registered in California with the California bar sticker, and I'll show you that in a second. They are metric wheels, obviously with the TRX tires. The rear tires are probably about due to be replaced. The front's got a little bit left on them, but if you could do all four, probably best. It is. Nice. Thank you. The only damage in this car that hasn't been fixed yet is basically this front bumper. This bumper, you can see, has some dents in it, and it's been pushed a little bit. This wasn't from an accident. There's repeated dents. They're all about the same bend. The previous owner, his wife would occasionally drive this car. He is the original owner from Newport Beach. I'm the second owner, and to know that she was in the garage, she would bump into a water heater. So consequently, there has been some damage here. I've been eagerly searching for a front bumper, but unfortunately I can't find any that are in as good a condition as this in terms of color. Most of them are faded and pretty tweaked. I did look into having it fixed, but there is a layering and a rubber on here that will separate if you try to heat it up and bend it out. So that is one issue that hasn't been resolved yet. In here, on the wheel well, you can see the California bar. The interior of the car has been really well maintained. The leather on the interior was re-dyed some years back. There isn't a lot of extraordinary cracks or wear from the leather. It's been conditioned and cared for quite well. You can view from the pictures that are probably located under this video, and you'll be able to see more closer pictures of the car. What you haven't seen yet is actually the interior of the engine compartment. This engine bay has been taken care of just as well as the rest of the car. Any issues that have arisen as under my ownership, anytime there's been anything wrong with it, is immediately rectified and taken care of. So the car actually starts up really well and drives really nice. Puts out obviously very nice sound. It's very enjoyable. Neighbors don't usually like it, however we like it, and it does set off a lot of car alarms. Nothing other than stock exhaust has been on it, so there's anything fancy. This car is stock. The only thing that isn't stock on this car is the rear suspension. The rear suspension, the Coney shocks, the original ones, were bad, and at the time it was very expensive to have them rebuilt, so they were replaced with an air shock system, so you can lower and raise the car at will with some air pressure. So far I've actually liked it a lot better. So, anyways, let's go for a drive.